Ladies and gentlemen, if you are planning to retire in the next 5 years, here are 5 things that you really need to do right now, ASAP, to make sure you are prepared to retire when and how that you want. Because really 5 years is really that crucial time. You got to get your ducks in a row. You got to get things going, because here's the deal. 5 years, you still have a little bit of time to make adjustments, to tweak, to get things to where they need to be. Once you start getting a little closer, there's not a lot you can do. Okay, there's always something you can do, but the options get limited. So right now, 5 years out is a great time to make some changes to make sure things are correct so that you have a great retirement, okay? So if you're new here, so good to have you. My name is Dallin Hawes. I'm a financial planner who helps federal employees retire every single day, and I absolutely love it. So let's dive right in. Number one, first and certainly not least, or that's not a saying, I guess, right? Are you eligible to retire when you want to retire? To get the benefits that you want to have in retirement, whether you keep your health insurance, whether get a pension, you've got to be eligible. You've got to be eligible. You've got to understand the basic rules here. Let me go through it quickly. I've got other videos that go over it in depth. I'm going to go over it quickly, okay? Long story short, as a traditional FERS, you've got to hit one of these requirements. Number one, you've got to hit your MRA, your minimum retirement age, with at least 30 years of service. Okay, or age 60 with 20 years of service, so age 60 and 20, MRA and 30, or age 62 and 5. Okay, so MRA and 30, 60 and 20, 62 and 5. If you hit one of those, boom, that's a full-blown retirement. Congratulations, you're good to go. So when you want to retire, are you eligible for one of these? If not, there are some other types. There are MRA plus 10. There are deferred, there's postponed, there's different types of retirement, but these are the ones that most people want, and these are full-blown retirements. Anything else, there's reductions, there's other things that come into play. Okay, now if you're a special provisions federal employee, you know it's either 25 years at any age or age 50 and 20 years, okay? So if you're 50 with 20, you're good, or 25 years of special provision time at any age, you are eligible, okay? So first things first, are you eligible? Are you eligible in the way that you want? If you're traditional FERS, right here, MRA and 30, again, MRA is your minimum retirement age, which is 57 for most people. If you don't know what yours is, you could look it up. It's on Google. Just type in MRA chart. You'll find it. MRA and 30, 60 and 20, 62 and 5. Special provisions, 25 years at any age, or at 50, 20 years, and you're eligible. Boom, that's huge. Next, once you're eligible, you gotta look at these next things. First and foremost, is your TSP in order? Your TSP, in my experience, is the difference maker. I've seen people retire that have had about the same career and about the same pace, so their pensions are about the same, but their TSPs have been vastly different, and that's the difference maker between a comfortable retirement and a stressful retirement, okay? Is your TSP in order? Do you have enough in there? Do you need to start saving more? Is it invested in a way that makes sense for you? Those are the big questions that, honestly, I'm not going to address in this video. That's a long conversation. I've got other videos, though, about investing as you approach retirement. Check that out. You've got to get your TSP in order. If you're 100% G fund, that's a problem. We need to get that fixed, okay? If you are really, really aggressive still, that may be a problem. It depends on your goals, right? Check out my other videos. We've got to get this in order. We've got to get this in order. Okay, so check out my other TSP videos to get some detailed advice there. But for now, just know, get it sorted, okay? Save as much as you can, do the best you can. Get your TSP squared away. Next, your records. This is huge. This is huge. If you do everything else but not this, you're going to be in trouble, okay? Your records. Are your career records in order? Are they squared away? Have you talked to your HR? Do they have records of everything, all the agencies you've been at, all the positions? Do they have everything? Did you buy back military time? Do they have record of that? Do you have the receipt? Do you have all these things taken care of and squared away so that they show you have all the years of service that you show you have? Okay, 5 years out is a good time to check this because you start getting closer. It gets stressful. Sometimes I've seen people have to repay military deposits to buy those back. I've seen all kinds of messes that people find way too close to retirement. You want to do it right now. Wherever you're at in your career, do this. Make sure your records are squared away. Everything is there and there's no issues, okay? Next, Are you on track to keep the insurance that you want? I put FEHB here, but this applies to all the different insurances out there. Your FEHB has a 5-year rule, which means that you've got to be covered under FEHB for the 5 years before you retire. So if you're 5 years out and you, let's say, jumped off FEHB to be covered under your spouse's plan on the private sector because it might have been cheaper for now or whatever it may be, then you better get on this ASAP, okay? Long story short, you just got to be covered under a FEHB plan the 5 years before retirement, okay? It doesn't matter if, let's say your spouse is also a federal employee. If you're covered under their FEHB plan, perfect, still counts, okay? Or let's say you change between plans. Maybe you were on a Kaiser plan or an Aetna plan and you move to a Blue Cross plan, perfect, still counts. You can make all those changes. You just got to be covered under a FEHB plan for the 5 years before retirement if you want to take it into retirement. That's huge, huge, okay? And life insurance and dental and vision and all these, they have requirements. So make sure you understand them and look at the ones you want. Say, hey, what do I have to do to take these into retirement so that I have the insurance I need? Insurance is a huge piece of retirement. Huge, okay? Huge, huge, huge. Make sure you're squared away there. Last but very not least, you got to start running your numbers for your retirement. Can you afford to retire? There's a lot of people that are eligible to retire. Maybe you're 57, you got 30 years. Some of you are able to retire at that time, but many of you aren't, okay? I talked to a lot of people. Many people are not able to afford to retire the moment they are eligible. So if you're eligible, perfect. If your TSP is in order, great. If your records are all squared away, awesome. If you're set to take all the insurance you're going to want into retirement, awesome. Last but very much not least, can you afford it? What is your pension going to be? What's your Social Security going to be? What's your first supplement going to be? How much do you have in your TSP? I've got other videos that go into some of the numbers more so you can kind of get a better idea of whether you can afford it. But that's the question you want to be asking. Can you afford it? Okay. Are you looking to replace your income? Are you looking to have more income in retirement? What are you looking for? Are you able to afford the lifestyle that you want? Because guess what? Nobody likes retiring, figuring out they don't have enough, having to go back to work. Okay? Nobody wants to do that, and I don't want that for you. So please, please put in the work now, 5 years out. Get a sense of where you're at. Again, and you're not going to know exactly what your income is going to be in retirement 5 years out, but you're going to know pretty close. Pretty close. Okay? Now, if you want help with this, figuring out if you could afford to retire, our firm does this all day long. Okay? You could find a link in the description to set up an appointment. We're not a fit for everybody, but worst case, this video is helpful and gives you valuable information so that you are a little bit more confident and comfortable for retirement. That's the goal for all these videos, is to give the information you need to be successful in retirement. So I hope that's helpful. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.